What's up, guys? Davis here, Fight Bananas podcast once again. Today, not gonna lie, one of my favorites. I can do that in the business. One of my favorite guys, love him to death. He was gonna have a fight. Stuff happened, especially 2020. It's just what it is. But I'm bringing him on. One of my favorite guys in the business, Scrappy, Dustin Lampros. How you doing, my man?
Hey, what's up, David? How are you doing?
Good, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing great. Finally excited to get to talk to you. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, man, it's been a minute. COVID. I don't know if you remember. I remember talking to you New Year's Eve. I got great memories of you. One, we got the Pensacola thing with Patty, Masvidal, having some fun. And then my twin girls are born New Year's Eve. And
Yeah,
I
man.
had this big thing about hot prospects coming into 2020. And you were easily on my list of 2020. And then that came out. That actually had a lot of good play. How has been your year, man? It's been tough for a lot of people, especially in mixed martial arts. It seems like it's on fire. It's starting to come back in a good way now. How's been your weird 2020 year?
You know, I obviously haven't got the fight yet.
Right.
So that would be my only downside, my only negative thing that I feel like has happened towards me in 2020. Other than that, I've been pretty blessed, able to train. I've been injury free since my last fight, because I got injured in November in that fight in my foot, and it took a little time to heal. But okay. I've been, 2020's been, it's not bad. It's besides not getting the fight, I've been doing a lot of growing and learning and getting to just enjoy my training,
Right. Kind of, I guess, a blunt question is, how do you think your game since that November, since that fight, became 5-0 then? How has your game evolved? A lot of training. Love seeing the video. Sanford MMA is on fire. The gym just looks immaculate. Tons of studs there. I've seen all the pictures. How do you think your game has been? We're in August now since that last fight in November.
Yeah, you said it yourself. Since that fight, we've been at the new facility at Sanford. Shout out to Sanford, all my coaches and teammates. It's amazing, man. It literally you can't get any better than where we're at. And the team that I have surrounding me. I think that since my last fight and COVID has happened, I think honestly I've made some level ups. And just like you said, my training alone. Just learning, getting to just focus on learning, not worrying about preparing for a fight, and I think that was huge. And honestly, that's why I say 2020, I can't say it's been bad because I feel like I've had a good amount of growth in it. I took advantage of it.
Right. I'm not, like I said, I'm a pro Dustin Lampros guy. I'm a pro Scrappy guy. It is what it is.
My man.
Have you got a little bit irritated or annoyed that you see a lot of fighters, short notice fights, especially Fight Island and now at the Apex? A lot of stuff is happening for a lot of different people, and some that good opportunities and you see them do well. Some it's like they're not UFC ready yet.
Yeah.
Do you get annoyed that you haven't been called on one of those, or are you just my time will come and we're straight?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to rush it. I learned from, the veteran guys around me, and the one thing they say that all of them say, and no one disagrees, is just be patient,
Right.
So I, obviously it's hard, of course I want to get in there. Of course I want to be in the UFC and become the star that I know that I'll be. But, when my time comes, I'll be ready, and I'm fine with that. I don't want to push something that, will happen when the right time is supposed to.
Right. Right. You meet a pretty girl, you don't get married on the first week. You know what I mean? It's like you got to go through the seasons with them. How is she going to be at Christmas? What kind of gifts am I going to get?
Yeah, no, I'm not annoyed. I'm happy for everybody that's getting the opportunities. I have a lot of people that I know, maybe I don't personally train with, but a lot of fighters out there that I've met in the regional scene that I see are getting the calls up, and I'm happy for them. I know when, the right time comes, I'll be ready, and that's all that matters.
Right. I talked to Ty Flores like 2 weeks ago. He was going up there for the Contender, and your name came up like multiple times. He fought on a lot of Shamrock shows. I think he co-main evented one of the shows you main evented. light heavyweights, and he had nothing but great things to say about you. So yeah, man.
Yeah, no, shout out to Ty, and he had a tough last fight, fought a
Yeah.
really big, really good veteran, and he came out there and showed some heart, man. Ty's the man's a beast, and he'll bounce back from that better than ever. Yeah, Ty's a really good guy. Shout out to
That's
Ty.
awesome, man. Let's hit on the gym a little bit more. Like I said, man, I'm just a huge fan of the gym, huge fan of a lot of the guys there, a lot of the younger guys on the way up. And then sometimes you see the pictures like with Robbie and Rory there. How is it day in, day out? Who are some of the guys that you get to scrap with all the time? I see you and Michael Chandler. He just had a great Ben Henderson first round knockout. Just seems like it's definitely a feather in your cap that you're working with these guys day in, day out, right? It has to be.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, you can't get any better than that. And that's why I moved my life down here, and put myself in the position to have these opportunities.
Right.
Because I know that if I want to be the best, I got to put myself around the best, and that goes with, the saying, like, you are who you surround yourself with. So I surround myself with champions and veterans, and I stay on the path and I keep working hard. Eventually, I'll become that.
For sure. I think it was maybe around a month ago, 6 weeks ago. Tell me the timeline. You flew out there to California, right? And a sponsorship thing. And I saw you kind of on a podcast as well, right? In a scenario. How did that trip go for you?
Oh, man. That was my first time out in California. I mean, I went when I was younger for vacation. I don't really remember it. So to me, that was my first time.
Right.
Really getting to experience it. And it was 4 days. It was a fast trip, but in those 4 days, I had a blast. Made some really good connections. Yeah, shout out to my sponsors, Platinum Vape. Man, it's awesome. They believe in me. They support me, allow me to be able to train full time. And I went out there to get to meet them and know them a little bit better, and it was a really good experience. Really big shout out to them. If it was
How do you get their product, man? I let's shout it out. I saw you with them and doing all that. What, they have a website, or how do we get it?
Just look up Platinum Vape. It should be on there, platinumvape.com. They have a lot of different CBD products, and if you're in California or in their locations, they have their medical dispensaries where they sell their product there too. So yeah, check them out. I mean, one of the biggest growing companies out there right now in that industry, and I'm blessed to be a part of what they have going on.
That's awesome. It's a budding industry for sure. It's just it's on fire.
I'm very pro marijuana. I think it's not a bad thing at all. I'm for it. I think if you can, handle what you got to handle throughout your life and your day and your routine, and you can still use it, I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Especially with mixed martial artists, if I'll kind of go all in with that as well. I see what you guys do to your body day in, day out. I talked to a budding superstar here in Orlando, Florida. Her name's Kat Nelson, and she talked about it. She smokes, and she goes, not even what it does to like my body, help me recover and sleep and all that, but what it does to me mentally. Like, I feel better on it. It keeps me calm, at ease. If you have a little sprained ankle, you might worry about it too much or pressure it too much or think about it too much. She goes, it calms my ankle,
No, really. Like for me, it helps me relax,
Right.
It's not something I need. I don't have to have it. It's not something like, if I don't have it, like, I'm over here losing my mind, not at all.
Right.
It's something that I like, I enjoy. I don't really drink alcohol. So, and it's not saying that I have to have something or I have to be doing something, but for me, like, I mean, I don't even look at it like that, like, I don't even, like, it's just like part of my daily life, the product, just consuming it. Like she said, it really helps me. It helps me mentally too, relax. I train all day, and it's not easy moving away from your family, and you have so much different things. Every fighter has their story, and for me, it helps me get up my mind off things a little bit.
Love it.
I mean, honestly, like, I went and ran 3 miles yesterday, and I'll smoke right before I go run. I mean, I'm still running that like in 20 minutes, so it's not messing with my cardio. And that's one thing I always get asked, does marijuana affect your breathing? Does it affect your cardio? If you stopped, wouldn't you think you would have better cardio? I have stopped, and it didn't really change anything. I mean, I'm still out there grinding, training. If I felt like it was holding me back, I would obviously not try to affect my career, you know. So
Right. Dustin, how about it's well known in the MMA industry, the circles, probably the best cardio, best chin ever are the Diaz brothers. Like let's just be honest, they're known for smoking. Like they're
yeah,
known for
yeah,
smoking and cardio. It's like, come on.
yeah. No, I mean, like I said, if you're, being a man or a woman, you're taking care of your shit and you're getting, what you need to get done throughout the day, and you like to do that, I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Definitely.
And I think it gets a bad rep because you see a lot of people who are more lazy and that use it, and it gets this rep of, oh, it just makes you not want to do anything, be real lazy and this and that. And sure, it does, but maybe you shouldn't be smoking then, maybe you shouldn't be using it then.
Right.
But for the people that can function on it, uh, I support them to, show that they use it and they're still handling their business throughout their
100%.
day.
100%. One more kind of question for you, and then a couple more just really MMA trendy
We
topics.
can chat about whatever. My time.
Let's go. Okay, so the Shamrock FC 333, it's canceled. 9/11, right? It was supposed to be on.
Yeah, September 11th. I was supposed to main event.
Right.
Paris
Canceled
Padilla,
due to COVID.
Due to COVID, the whole show canceled.
Okay. And you kind of wrote in there, like I said, big, great follow, Scrappy 135 MMA and IG. Fight news may be coming soon. A lot of times, what happens, top end regional stars like yourself, when something doesn't happen, usually like when something gets scrapped, bigger stuff happens. Do you think bigger stuff could be in the works for you?
I mean, we'll see.
Okay.
Like, I mean, like it goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Everything happens for a reason, and when the right time for me to shoot up to the next level comes, that's when it should happen. I don't want to rush it, but
Right.
we're looking at maybe a regional fight, maybe down here, and get something set up because honestly, I don't want to. I'm not trying to wait around, and I know, I want to get a good win in there. The guys I fought have been tough, but not with the best records. So I would
Right.
like to go in there and get a good fight in, and get a good finish versus a quality opponent. And, then we'll see. I was hoping to do that for Shamrock in my Shamrock FC contract, 6-0, and then be a free agent and see the UFC would pick me up. But 2020 is weird, so we got to improvise and we got to figure it out. But yeah, I mean, who knows? I'm staying ready. If that call comes, I'm definitely going to be ready. So we'll see.
It was very cool, man. We kind of broke the news here on Fight as we had Dean Toole, who's met him. Pulled him over there at Island Fight. So he's now the matchmaker for Icon, who's on UFC Fight Pass. Their first iconic show, is September 24th over in Biloxi. And you never know, man. Like, we got to get Scrappy on that card. You know what I mean? Like, one win on UFC Fight Pass. Like,
if the stars align and everything's right, and it looks good for my end, I'm not opposed to it. I want to get my name out there as much as I can, and if maybe this is a meant to be thing,
Right.
I did my work over at Shamrock, and not saying that it's over. Who knows? It could be back there, which I wouldn't be upset. I love how I've been treated at Shamrock FC.
Right.
The whole company itself has done a good job promoting me and really helping me with my career. So, but yeah, if another promotion comes along and we see something that I like and something that works for me, I'm definitely going to jump on the opportunity.
Love it, man. Love it. What's your first idea, thoughts? News broke. Paige Van Zant signs with Bare Knuckle FC for multi-millions of dollars. What do you think of it?
It's 2020. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. She just got, in my opinion, she got beat up pretty good by a jiu-jitsu fighter.
Yeah. Ribas.
Which, I mean, Amanda Ribas is good all over, all the way around. She's a well-rounded fighter. But I don't know. I mean, money wise, good for her. That's what she
Right.
wants. It seems like she's literally going in there to say, yeah, beat my face in and give me that money. But who knows? Maybe they're gonna set her up. Maybe they're gonna give her a great matchup. Favorite her. So might not be a bad move for her. I know everyone I've heard talk about it thinks it's a really bad move for Paige Van Zant, and they don't understand why. But we don't know the whole.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
we don't. There might be a lot more to it. We have no idea. So.
and I've been hearing some
Good. Hey, I'm just not a hater, man. I don't
right.
like it takes so much energy to hate on someone and be
Yeah.
negative. I mean, like let her do her. That's great for her.
Yeah.
Good for her. I mean, if now I don't know if I was like her boyfriend or something, if I want her to go over to do bare knuckle fighting, get her face ripped open like that, but
Yeah.
that's what she wants to do, and she's making that much money off it. That's more than any fighter's ever made off a MMA fight or UFC fight,
Right.
I mean, besides Connor, which, so I don't know, like it's hard to bash that announcement,
Right.
because I mean,
She's the most money ever for a female fight, Paige Van Zant. And then everything I've been hearing is that she's gonna do a lot of stuff, a show or commentary or behind the scenes, and just kind of be a little bit of the face for bare knuckle.
well, then that's kind of like how Misha Tate,
Right. Right.
Good for her. It's leveling up. It's life. You got to evolve. And I think that's what life's all about, is evolving and adapting and changing to new things. I think it could be something pretty cool for her.
For sure. This weekend as well, Stipe, DC, the trilogy, UFC heavyweight fight. Who you got?
Man, it's hard to go against either of those two. I mean,
Right.
they're both so good.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, how do you pick? They both did the same thing to each other. I mean, it's literally a flip of a coin. But if I had to bet money that I don't have, I mean, I think that DC would be the smarter fighter.
Okay.
And I think he might be able to adjust, just being a smarter athlete. I think he should. Let me reword that. He's a smarter athlete.
Okay.
More well-rounded, I think. So I think he might make the right adjustments. But I don't even want to say that Stipe would lose, because how can you? He's such a beast. So
yeah.
But yeah, if I think someone's gonna make the right adjustments and come back, I think it could be a DC.
No, it makes sense. That's a good point. I went back and forth with it on a while, and I kind of at the very end this last week really hit me hard. I'm going big with Stipe, and the reason behind it, 100% the reason, and you can probably double down on it as a fighter. It seems like there's so much retirement talk with DC and Swan Song and last fight, and just seems like there's a lot of 1 foot in, 1 foot out in a weird way. And anything in life, man, a father, a podcaster, a fighter, anything, you're all in. You got to go 100% in if you want to be the best at it. And Stipe is the best. And I just think there's a little thing there of him knowing this is it. This is my last fight. This is my last time. Maybe did he run the morning runs that he usually does in a other fight? I don't know. Just throwing that out there. I think I got Stipe.
No doubt. I mean, I play the emotion, like who has the emotions in it too, and they're both emotional type fighters. I feel like both have their heart heavily invested into it. And then you hear DC how he talks about not wanting to end his career on his back. That was big for him. Even before I think he lost to Stipe, he talked about how he doesn't want people to remember him on his back. He wants to go out as a champion. So I feel like just him being the champion he is, he might just turn doggish in there and just go for it. You know what I mean? He ain't gonna allow Stipe. But then again, Stipe's the same person. I feel like they're the same, so
that's why it's so good.
Yeah, so it's hard to say. It's hard to exactly say. But I'm not going to say you're wrong. Stipe could pull it off too.
Yeah, it's going to be so good. And also that night, UFC 252, yeah, this Saturday, it's the Sugar Show. Shane O'Malley's back. Bantamweight fighter in your division. A poster of you and O'Malley on the poster, that sells.
Doesn't it? Dana
That's
White,
how.
Sean Shelby, let's match it. I get asked about him all the time, and I say I'm like I'm so against being a hater on people, and I'm not a hater on Sean. Like, good for him. The dude's killing it. You know, he's doing
Right.
everything right. But man, what I love, you know, like any fighter would. That's a, you know, I would love that opportunity. But I think I could, you know, I just think I'm too much for him in the parts that are weak in his. You know, I just feel like there's little things about my game that would outmatch him. You know, but
Right.
I wouldn't be in the game if I didn't think that way. So, you know, but you know, good for
100%.
Sean O'Malley. He's got a tough fight ahead of him with Cheeto Vera,
Yeah.
and be a good test. And I think, you know, people. This one thing. A lot of people give Sean a lot of shit, saying, "Oh, he's never fought anyone. He's not." The dude's young. He's building himself. He's undefeated. Let him keep doing what he's doing. Like,
Right.
what do people not understand? That, like, the dude's got another 8, 10 years of fighting,
Right.
and he's gonna fight all the best of the best. You don't just, because someone's got some hype, say, "Oh, then he needs to fight," you know, someone really
Yeah.
good. You know, So I don't really agree with people when they bash him for that, because I think he's in that position for a reason. You know, so
100%. Like basketball wise, like Zion Williamson, a lot of people love him. He's not in the finals. It took LeBron James 7 years, Jordan 8 years. It takes people to develop. And then even with that, he did just fight Eddie Wyland, who, like, I know for sure Eddie might be a year or two past his prime. Okay, you know what I mean. But Eddie Wyland's been around the block for a minute. He's fought some of the best fighters in the world. He's defeated some of the top 10, top 15 fighters in the world. It's like I get it, I do, but it's like, yeah, like just let the person, you know, no one starts mixed martial arts in their second fight. They're, you know, fighting Izzy. You know what I mean? They're not fighting the style bender right away. It's like it happens. It takes time.
no, yeah, 100%. Yeah, when I hear people or read comments, you know, people just bashing him for that, I think it's pretty stupid. And this is coming from someone that wants to fight him. You know, like, I want to be in there with him, and I want to, you know, I want to beat that guy. You know, hopefully in the next 2 years if I get that opportunity. But man, he's doing everything right. You can't hate on him. You know,
Yep.
and if you're bashing him for the moves he makes, you're just a hater and you're jealous. You know.
For sure. For sure. Another bantamweight fight that they got to make, should make. I would love your take on it too. Is so Jan's the champion now, Peter Yan. Aljamain Sterling has to be next for him, and that fight is really interesting to me. I cannot wait for that fight. I'm a Sterling guy. I like Sterling a lot. What do you think if Sterling and Yan do get hooked up?
Yeah, man. I mean, that's a that's a battle. You know,
Yeah.
like I don't know. They're both the top of the game right now. You know, they're both so good. And Jan is just one. That dude's came up out of nowhere. Like,
Right.
you know, I don't know a whole lot about the dude. I've seen a couple of his last fights, just from, you know, him getting the belt and him getting the attention, and like, so I started noticing him. But that dude's a little powerhouse, you know. And uh, what did Sterling? Did he? You know, not to bring up negative time, but he lost to, I think, was it Morales?
Yeah, he lost to Marlon maybe a year and a half ago.
By head kick,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, so it showed, in which, if I remember, it was kind of like he dipped into it type of head kick, you know, just well timed, you know, right on
Yeah,
the
and he's
money.
trying to do the wrestling thing, trying to get him down, trying to get Marlon
He
down.
was leaning or something, and he
Yeah.
caught him with that switch kick or something. I don't know what it was, but yeah, man. I mean, you're talking about the best of the best. Just, it's like going back to just being. I'm a realist, you know. It's just like going back to Stipe and DC. It's the best of the best. I mean, it's hard to
Right.
say. I think you know, maybe if, you know, Sterling went out there, so I think he lost to him, and then he came out and beat Corey Sanhagen within like a minute. You
Yeah.
know, I would give Jan the upper hand. You know, coming off, because of the momentum. One, the momentum he has, and two, I mean, that wasn't really much of a fight for Sterling, and which, because he did so well, not taking nothing away from him,
Right.
but him coming off that loss to Morales and then fighting him that and winning that fast, you know, I don't know, you know, and I think Sterling's a big 35er, right? If I'm not mistaken,
He's long, lean,
Yeah, big, and then Jan's more like I think some
stocky.
like kind of like my size
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see if Sterling can keep his distance and make him miss a lot. Like keep him away, keep him at bay.
Jan is so good. I love his. The man never stops. Like he's here and he's just never really stopping, head moving, jabbing. Um, in a weird way, I think it might be Sterling did really well with Sandhagen because they were both kind of playing off of each other a little bit, and then Sandhagen gave Sterling the opening, and then he jumped on it, and that was it. And you got to give the man credit. But I don't think Jan's ever going to give Sterling maybe that time. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think he's throwing too much and kind of too active for Sterling.
yeah. And he's consistent. He's consistent. So you got to give Jan maybe the upper hand, but Sterling's a beast. The dude has the advantage in different areas, length, like you said, size. Like he's
Right.
so if he can pull out his best game and pull out, you know, those tactics, like use those to his advantage, I think he could have an interesting fight with Jan and potentially pull it off.
For
But
sure.
like you said, Jan's a beast and he's so
He is,
consistent.
man.
He's so tight knit. If it's everything, like when you seen him and Aldo going at it, it was a chess match. Like you lift the leg, he twitched, you know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
back and forth. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, for sure, man. One thing you said I definitely want to hit back on, and I think it really kind of will go back to you. 18 months, like so much can happen, especially in the world of mixed martial arts in 18 months. Yeah, Jan, like let's just be real, not a lot of media members and a lot of just mainstream MMA people know who Jan was 18 months. If you take a year ago, how about Masvidal, who like 2018 was that, almost of a gatekeeper in a way for some of those top end guys. He became the biggest name in the sport, still is. Even with the loss with Usman, the name still keeps going high. Calvin Kattar feels like he's on one of those runs right now in the featherweight division. Always there, but that knockout with Jeremy Stevens, the main event win versus Ige, his name is so hot. He might even get the title shot with Volkanovski. Just in 18 months, you really never know. There's that Chimaev. Heisman Chimaev won twice in 20 days, and he's a big name now. So Dustin Lampros in 18 months could be a just bona fide superstar in the UFC. How good does it feel that like 18 months could do that for you? You know what I mean? It just
Yeah,
takes that time.
100%. Seeing it happen to other people in their careers, it goes like that. And I'm not, I'm aware of that. I know that that could happen. So that's why I stay ready and I train consistently and I make sure that if we get the call to go to the UFC, that I'm gonna be ready and I'm gonna go in there and not just compete. I'm gonna go in there and dominate and hopefully, like you're saying, in that 18 months, be able to shoot up like that. So I'm excited.
18
I'm
months.
excited to see where it goes. I know I'm sitting really good right now in my career where
Right.
I'm at, and I'm just gonna keep getting better. I'm gonna keep building from here, and the sky's the limit. And I think we have something special.
For
So
sure. We
I'm
do too,
talking
man.
about myself.
We do too, man. At Fight Bananas, we got so much love and so much we think nothing but the best of you. Yeah, 2021 spring. We can't wait to have you back on 2022. Contender
Yeah.
fights, title fights, so much big things in the works for you, man. We appreciate you, your time. Shout out anything, sponsors, IG handles, and the gym, anything you want to do.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Sanford MMA, my team here in Deerfield Beach, Florida. I have the best coaches, Henry Hoof, um, Kami, Greg Jones. I have a really solid team that puts a lot of time and energy into us, solid coaching staff and everything. So I really appreciate them. Shout out to my sponsors. Actually, I got to give a shout out to my Renee over at Sabaki Time. They've been a sponsor of mine for the past 2 years now. Greek restaurant down here. They just got full ownership of the business and it changed it from Sabaki Fast to Sabaki Time and Boca Raton. So if you're ever in the area, go check them out. Great food and even better people. But yeah, man, shout out to Platinum Vape, Utmost Existence. All my sponsors that continuously support me. I can't thank them enough. And yeah, I appreciate everyone.
Dope, man, dope. And then with this, I see you. What's your relationship with MMA Island? I've been kind of following those guys, and
Oh my God, yes.
they're on fire, man. I love them.
There's more. Yeah, MMA Island, man. Have been supporting me for since my last fight. I met them a little bit and online and chatted with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, they're Instagram account that's becoming the latest MMA news, MMA memes, and they're growing, and they've been supporting me, pushing my brand on their platform, and I can't thank them enough. It's really cool things. Go check out MMA Island if you haven't heard about them. They have some of the best MMA content.
Yeah, no, they're dope. It was like in the last 2 weeks, they followed us, we followed them, and their shit's funny. Like they have so many funny memes on, MMA topical things. They even do the live shows, Instagram lives all the time. So yeah, MMA Island.
No, they're on point. They're always they're very consistent, and yeah, man, you can't go wrong with following their page. It's pretty funny stuff,
Yeah,
and they keep you up to date with what's going on, and
for sure.
They promote me a lot, so I can't appreciate them enough.
That's awesome, my man. Dustin, Lampros, Scrappy. Hopefully, big news in the works. Hopefully, September, October, big fight. I think you gotta only be one, maybe two away, one away, maybe contender, one away. UFC big show, but man, appreciate you. Appreciate your time. We'll have you on anytime you want. Anytime something breaks, we'll talk soon.
My man, David, I appreciate you having me on. I had a blast.
Awesome, man. Appreciate you. We'll talk soon.